guys have a full agenda this morning, so I'm going to be brief so that I'm respectful of your time. Thank you so much, Deborah, for giving me an opportunity to come out. Thank you for giving me a few moments to speak and give you the opportunity to start vetting me out as a candidate a little bit. I'm always excited to see people get involved in the process and they're willing to come out, take the time, meet the candidates, ask questions. Far too many people don't take any initiative to get involved, and that's to a large extent to blame for the shape that we're in now. So thank you. I put the map up here so that everyone could see the district, and people were running up to see if they get to keep Barry or not. And they said, but it's nothing personal. And I said, no, I understand. I hate to lose him too. But this is the new map, and as you know, we went through the redistricting process here not too long ago. And in that process, Barry, much to his credit, took a look at it, and he said, if I continue to stay in this district and keep it as it is, I'm pretty much assured re-election. But if I do that, it's going to split this district up in a new way, and I don't think my constituents would be happy. And so Barry took one for the team and for the district and has moved over, and we all know what kind of man Barry is. But in doing that, he left the district open. And so I've announced my candidacy and am excited to run. Although I am the most unlikely candidate to be up here, I really don't come from a political family. No one in my family's ever been involved in politics. I really wasn't an Alex P. Keaton kind of kid. I did grow up in a really patriotic home. My father and my grandfather were war veterans. My dad worked 2 jobs to take care of us. My mom stayed home to take care of us. And so at our dinner table, we didn't talk a lot about policy and what was going on in Washington, but we did talk a lot about our country and what makes our country great and the sacrifices that were made to give us the freedoms that we enjoy. And so I was rooted in a strong foundation to respect the Constitution, to respect our military, to respect everything that was laid on the line to give us the freedoms that we enjoy. And so as I headed off to college and started to experience more of the world, I realized that not everybody had that same foundation and those same core philosophies. And I began to notice that people were attacking those core philosophies, attacking our Constitution, seeking to take away our rights and our freedoms. And I got a little irritated. And so I started to do the same exact things that you're doing now. I started to get involved in the party. I started to find candidates that I believed shared the same principles and core values that I had. And when I found a candidate like that, I got behind him and I helped him out. I'd help fundraise. I'd knock on doors till my knuckles were sore. We'd put up signs. We just worked really hard to help those candidates. And that eventually led in 2006 to a phone call. The county commission had an open seat coming available over in Floyd County, and they felt like somebody who had strong business experience and someone who was a fiscal conservative really needed to step up to run for that spot. And so I was encouraged to do that. The joke is that I said no when they called, and at dinner that night, as I was sharing with my wife the day and the phone call asking me to run, she stopped for a moment and she said, you know, if people like you, people who aren't running for selfish ambition, for self-interest, for financial gain, but just generally have the aptitude and the ability to help and are willing to help for all the right reasons but won't, then who will? And I was fairly convicted over that statement. And so I asked her to pray, and we prayed. We spent the next couple of days praying about it. It felt like God released us after a couple of days to do that. And so I announced my candidacy, ran and won in 2006, and was reelected in 2010 without opposition. I committed when I signed up to run for 2010 that was my last. I think 2 terms on a county commission is plenty. And so I really expected to ride off into the political sunset at the end of my term. And then this happened. And as you know, when you first got involved, when you first started coming, you were a little passionate. And over the years, you've gotten very passionate, especially with what we've got in Washington right now. It's easy to get passionate. And so what's happened is I've gotten more and more passionate about protecting the core philosophies that we share as a nation. Free enterprise, smaller government, fiscal responsibility, strong defense, personal responsibility, personal freedoms. And so I'm passionate about those. And so if I can help in any way, then I want to do that. I believe there are 4 types of politicians right now. There are those that are involved in politics for financial gain. There are those that are involved for some distorted need for celebrity or status. There are those that run for a single interest. There's something that they're passionate about, and they don't really care about whatever the damage, collateral damage they do in other policy. And then there are those that just want to help. And I pray that I'm in that category, and I believe that I am. And so it's with a desire to serve, a servant's heart, that I put myself forward for service. There's a lot about me that you don't know. There's a lot about me that I'd love to share, but I want to be respectful of your time. I've got some collateral and information over there that shares a little bit about my stand. It also has my contact information. I am Whitefield, not Whitfield, and I'm the only Whitefield in Northwest Georgia, so I'm easy to find. Just call information, ask for Chad Whitefield, and they'll give you my telephone number. I'm listed in the phone book. So thank you so much for your time. I'm going to jet out it here. We are headed to the airport. I'm taking my family on a first vacation in about 3 years, and they are across the street eating a donut and are anxious to get on the road. So I'm gonna leave early. But thank you so much for giving me just a few minutes of your time. Please call me if I can answer any questions for you.
Okay, thank you.